If lately you wake up with that feeling that something has changed, that your mornings no longer have the spark they used to have, listen carefully. This is not a coincidence, and what you are about to hear might be exactly what your body has been asking for a long time. Think about that first sip of coffee, the aroma, the warmth, the promise of energy. But what if that same cup could do much more? What if with just a few simple adjustments you could recover the vitality, the strength and the drive you thought you had left behind? This is not about magic or internet tricks. What you are going to discover today has scientific grounding and has been tested by everyday men who were looking to feel alive again with real energy from the very first hour of the day. Coffee is already part of your routine, so you do not have to change your life. You only need to improve it. What I am about to show you can transform that daily drink into a powerful tool to reactivate your body, your mind, and your confidence. All right, guys, speaking with complete honesty, if your mornings no longer feel like they used to, and I think we both know exactly what I mean, this is something you need to hear. I am sure you already drink coffee every morning, right? Now imagine for a moment that with a few small changes to that cup, you could improve your circulation, your energy, and yes, those mornings that used to be much more reliable. Today, I am going to teach you how to transform your coffee from a simple drink to wake you up into something that truly boosts your performance throughout the entire day. And before you think this is one of those strange alternative trends, you should know that everything I am going to share is supported by serious research. We are talking about reviewed studies, not rumors you find online. The most important thing is that real men have been using these methods for years with proven results. Look, coffee is incredible. It wakes up your mind, makes your blood flow, and gives you that push we all need in the morning. But here is the reality. Only coffee causes a quick spike and then an equally strong crash. Your heart beats fast for a moment, and before you know it, you are already looking for a second cup by mid-morning. And even though it temporarily improves circulation, it is not solving the real problems that appear after 50. Your testosterone begins to drop, your blood vessels lose elasticity, and that hit of caffeine is like putting a patch on a broken pipe. What we need is to turn that cup of coffee into something that actually works on what your body needs. The same routine as always, but now working for you in an effective way. Think about this. You would not put regular gasoline in a high-performance car, right? After 50, your body needs premium fuel, not just the basics. And the best part is that you can improve your coffee with ingredients you probably already have at home or that you can get for just a few dollars in any supermarket. Now, before continuing, I would love to know something to connect with our community. From which city or country are you watching? Write it in the comments. I love knowing the people who truly care about their health, and this helps me create content that is more useful and relevant for you and your region. Let's get to the point. First, cinnamon. I am not saying to pour an entire jar, only a quarter teaspoon, maybe half if you like a stronger flavor. Here is the detail. Not all cinnamon is the same. The ideal one is Ceylon cinnamon if you can find it, not the common one from regular stores. Ceylon cinnamon has less coumarin, something important if you take it every day, because too much coumarin can affect the liver. And why cinnamon is key. Basically, it is a natural regulator of blood sugar. Studies show that it can reduce fasting sugar levels by up to 29%. Controlling blood sugar is essential for sexual health. When your sugar levels go up and down constantly, it slowly damages the blood vessels that supply the penis. We are talking about tiny vessels, thinner than a hair, the first ones to be affected by uncontrolled sugar. Excess sugar causes glycation, which basically makes your blood become thick, like syrup, blocking the vessels. It is like sanding your arteries from the inside. Cinnamon has compounds called polyphenols that help calm all that chaos, keeping your sugar levels stable, which translates into better blood flow right where it matters most. But the most impressive part is this. Cinnamon also creates a warm effect that relaxes blood vessels thanks to a process called vasodilation. Do you remember that warm feeling when you eat something spicy? It is similar but much softer. The key compound is cinnamaldehyde, which actually helps your body produce nitric oxide, the same molecule that medications for erectile function work on. Many men notice that their energy stays balanced all day when they add cinnamon to their coffee. No nervousness, no crashes, just steady strength. For example, a man in his 60s told me this made the difference between needing a nap after lunch and being able to continue with his afternoon tasks. Plus, it gives your coffee a flavor as if it came from a high-end cafe. If you have ever tried traditional coffee from certain regions of Mexico or parts of the Middle East, you know that the combination of coffee and cinnamon has existed for centuries. Those cultures already knew the benefits long before science confirmed them. Now let's move on to cocoa powder. I'm not talking about sugary hot chocolate, but about pure, unsweetened cocoa, so dark it almost looks black. Just by adding 1 teaspoon to your coffee, you will notice the effects. Cocoa is full of flavonoids like epicatechin and catechin, the same ones that make dark chocolate healthy, but without sugar or extra calories. These flavonoids do something crucial. They increase the production of nitric oxide. If you are not familiar with it, nitric oxide is like the master switch for erections. It signals your blood vessels to open and let the blood flow. When you are young, your body produces a lot, but after 50, production drops almost in half. The more nitric oxide you produce, the easier and firmer your erections will be. And it has been proven that cocoa increases it naturally. A study published in a respected medical journal showed that men who consumed cocoa daily had improvements in blood flow comparable to certain medications, but without side effects. We are talking about a 30% increase in flow-mediated dilation, which is the scientific way of saying how well your arteries open. But that is not all. It also improves your mood. Cocoa contains anandamides, the same compounds the body releases when you are in love. It literally makes you feel good. It also has phenylethylamine, a natural antidepressant. So you are not only improving your physical performance, you are also activating your mind and your emotional state. And let's be honest, half of performance begins in the mind. Another detail that almost no one mentions is that cocoa is packed with magnesium, an essential mineral for testosterone production and proper muscle function. Most men have low magnesium levels, and this is a simple and delicious way to restore them. The taste transforms your coffee into an intense mocha, but without that explosion of sugar. If at first you find it too bitter, you can add a touch of stevia or monk fruit, natural sweeteners that do not alter your blood sugar levels. Now let's talk about maca powder, a fascinating ingredient. It has been used in Peru for thousands of years, where people call it natural support for sexual energy. But the truth is that its action is completely different from anything that forces temporary blood flow. Instead of pushing circulation for a moment, maca helps your body balance and increase its own hormones in a natural way. This plant grows at more than 13,000 feet above sea level in the Andes, in conditions so harsh that almost nothing else can survive. That strength translates into a unique concentration of nutrients. It contains 19 amino acids, vitamins C and E, calcium, zinc, iron, magnesium, and some exclusive compounds called machenes and macamides that do not appear in any other plant. The studies on maca are surprising. One study done in 2009 showed that men who took about 2.4 grams a day, approximately 1 teaspoon, for 12 weeks, reported notable improvements in desire and performance. Another study showed an increase in sperm production and mobility. But here is the key point. Maca is not a stimulant. It is what is known as an adaptogen, which means it helps the body adapt to stress and maintain balance. What makes it special is its influence on the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, the control centers of the hormonal system. It does not introduce external hormones. It simply stimulates the body to produce more of its own. That is why its effects develop little by little instead of being felt immediately. 1 teaspoon in your coffee gives it a smooth, nutty flavor with a touch of caramel. Some men say it reminds them of malted milk. Some love it. Others need time to get used to it. A useful tip is that yellow maca has the mildest flavor. Red maca is associated with prostate benefits, and black maca is considered the best for energy and endurance. The ideal choice for beginners is the yellow one. And the results? Most men notice a real change in their energy and desire after 2 or 3 weeks. It does not happen overnight, but you do feel a steady and deep improvement. The best thing about maca is that it is not just about erections. Many men report more powerful workouts, greater mental clarity, and above all, that feeling of fully being themselves again. A 56-year-old teacher once told me it was as if someone had turned the lights on inside his head. Everything looked clearer and more focused. And now, let's move on to something that may sound a little strange. Coconut oil in coffee. Listen closely. When you mix 1 teaspoon of coconut oil with your hot coffee, you get a creamy, rich, and satisfying drink that keeps you full and energized for hours. Without that mid-morning crash, without sudden hunger, without running to find something sweet at 10 in the morning. But here is where science comes in. Testosterone is produced from cholesterol and fats, but from the good ones, not from processed trans fats. Your body needs that raw material to generate hormones, and if you have spent years following a low-fat diet, believing it was healthy, you might have been preventing your body from producing the hormones it needs. Coconut oil is full of medium-chain triglycerides, or MCT. Unlike other fats that need to go through the entire digestive system, MCT goes straight to the liver, where they turn into immediate energy. It is like a premium fuel your body uses instantly. About 60% of coconut oil is made of MCT, especially lauric acid, which has antimicrobial properties and supports your immune system. Studies show that MCT can raise testosterone levels. In one of them, men who consumed MCT showed 20% more testosterone than those who consumed other types of fat. Improved thyroid function was also observed, which is essential for metabolism and daily energy. Men who try this mix, known by some as coconut oil coffee, report stable energy throughout the entire morning, a clearer mind, and better physical performance. The fat makes caffeine absorb more slowly, so instead of that spike and crash, you get a steady flow of energy for hours. And in the long term, consuming healthy fats supports natural testosterone production. The secret is how you prepare it. It is not enough to stir it. If you do that, the oil will stay on top, and let's be honest, that is not pleasant. Use a blender, a milk frother, or even a jar you can shake really hard. This gives you a creamy latte-style drink with a texture worthy of a high-end cafe. Some men at first do not tolerate the oil well. Your gallbladder needs time to adjust to processing that amount of fat in the morning. Start with half a teaspoon and increase slowly over 1 or 2 weeks. If you notice digestive discomfort, lower the amount and increase again gradually. You can also use pure MCT oil instead of coconut oil. It is more concentrated and many people digest it better. And finally, we arrive at ginger. Fresh grated ginger or powdered ginger, either one works. It is like an explosive push for your circulation. It contains compounds called gingerols and shogals, powerful natural anti-inflammatories. These help open blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and, listen to this, studies show that ginger can increase testosterone levels by protecting the testicles from oxidative damage. It may sound strange, but it makes sense because the testicles are constantly exposed to stress. The constant heat from sitting all day, the pressure from tight clothing, the oxidative stress from metabolism and toxins in the environment. All of that affects your performance directly. Your testicles need to stay between 2 and 3 degrees below body temperature to function correctly. When they warm up or face too much stress, testosterone production decreases. Ginger helps protect them and maintain their optimal function. A 2012 study showed a 17.7% increase in testosterone levels after 3 months of daily ginger consumption. Another study revealed significant improvements in sperm count and mobility. Researchers believe this happens because ginger stimulates luteinizing hormone, which tells the testicles to produce more testosterone. In your coffee, ginger adds a warm and slightly spicy touch. It is not overwhelming, just enough to activate your body and your mind. It is like the difference between a gentle alarm and a blaring siren. It activates you without shocking you. Start with a 1/4 teaspoon of powdered ginger or a thin slice of fresh ginger, about the size of a large coin. Fresh or powdered. Fresh ginger contains more volatile oils, which provoke an immediate increase in circulation. Powdered ginger, on the other hand, is more concentrated in active compounds that offer sustained benefits. That is why I recommend fresh ginger in the morning for that instant activation effect. However, powdered ginger is a great option if you prep your meals ahead of time or if you travel often. One warning: ginger can be a little strong for some people. If you have a sensitive stomach, start with a small amount or take it with food. It can also have a mild blood-thinning effect, so if you take blood-related medications, talk to your doctor first. But in general, it is incredibly safe and has been used for medicinal purposes for more than 5,000 years. Now, you are probably wondering if you have to turn your kitchen into a laboratory every morning. Not at all. Here is how you can do it in practice. Start with a single addition, one at a time. Try cinnamon for a week and observe how you feel. Then you can add cocoa the next week. You do not need to use all 5 ingredients every day. In fact, it could be too much. Here is a practical and quick version that still works. Mix cinnamon and cocoa beforehand and keep them in a jar next to your coffee maker. 1 spoon in your cup, and that is it. It takes you 5 seconds. Or, if you prefer, get a good maca powder and add it directly to your coffee. Easy and effective. And if you feel like experimenting, I will share what I call my weekend power coffee. Prepare your usual coffee and put it in the blender with 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of cocoa, and a small piece of fresh ginger. Blend it for 30 seconds. You will get a creamy, delicious drink full of real benefits for your body. But remember, do not overdo it. More does not mean better in this case. If on the first day you load your coffee with all 5 ingredients, your stomach will rebel and you will end up giving up before noticing results. Start slowly, calmly. Do not expect instant miracles. If you face serious medical problems like diabetes or heart disease, this will not be a cure. Always consult a health professional. What we are looking for here is not medication, but optimization. Avoid sugary versions. Sweetened cocoa, candied ginger, or cinnamon mixed with sugar ruin the entire purpose. The goal is to stabilize your glucose level, not raise it. And above all, do not give up after a week. Your body has spent years functioning a certain way and needs time to adapt to new stimuli. Give it at least a month before deciding if something truly works. Here is what you should do. Choose 1 ingredient. You could start with cinnamon because it is simple and almost everyone enjoys its flavor. Add a 1/4 teaspoon to your coffee every morning for the next 30 days. Nothing else. Week 1. Only cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon every day. Observe how you feel. Week 2. If everything is going well, add 1 teaspoon of cocoa along with the cinnamon. Week 3. Try maca 3 times during the week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Week 4. Experiment with coconut oil or ginger, whichever calls your attention more. Write down your sensations: energy, mood, physical performance, concentration, everything you consider important. You can do it on your phone or on a sheet stuck to your fridge. Rate your energy from 1 to 10 each day and note any change, good or bad. I assure you that you will notice enough improvements to want to continue. Most men who follow this method for a month end up adopting it as part of their daily routine. And if you want to take it one step further, try my base mix of 3 ingredients: cinnamon, cocoa, and maca. Every morning for a month. The total cost, maybe around $15. The potential benefit, feeling full of vitality again. Men do not have to accept decline as something inevitable. Your morning coffee can be much more than a habit. It can become a daily source of natural energy for everything that truly matters. These are not rare ingredients. They are available in any supermarket. They are affordable and pleasant to the taste. Besides, science and centuries of traditional use support them. So tomorrow, when you prepare your coffee, remember these words. Remember that you have the power to improve your day with a simple gesture. Your body can still achieve amazing things. It only needs the right fuel. Share in the comments what you add to your coffee. I would love to know. And if you try any of these ingredients, come back and share your experience. It might inspire another man to take the first step. If this was helpful for you, keep looking for practical advice on men's wellness after 50. No judgment, no pressure, just real information that works. And if you know someone who could benefit from this, share it. Sometimes the best act of friendship is offering information that can change a life. Stay strong, my friend.